go forward.
Turning now to parcel number 20. It's an action for the approval and authorization for project Snellville Town Center LCI improvements, project number STP 006-00993, for authorizing a declaration of taking procedures for the condemnation proceedings regarding the property of Thomas Gerald Rollins and Barbara Jean Rollins, Dale Shin, Meck and Associates, Foot Locker, Ronald E. Mullinex, Edward Jones Investments, My Doll House, Simsermetics, Georgia, Robbie's Barbershop, and any other tenant, successors, or assigns of any leases, or anyone else with a right of possession or use of the premises located in land lot 39 of the 5th District of Gwinnett County, Georgia, consisting of .031 acres of required right-of-way, .043 acres of temporary construction easement designated as project parcel 20, for the appraised amount of $100,700.
Tony has to earn his pay tonight. Thank you. Do we have a motion to approve the resolution for item number G?
So moved.
There is a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
There's a second. Any further discussion by council?
Mayor, if I may just add one small point. To this legal languages that we have in front of us here. Our city attorney explained quite a bit about this tonight in the work session. I'm going to have to ask him to kind of summarize what he said in the work session meeting that we had. Same as with the mayor, I struggled with these things. I was reading them since Thursday and doing some research on my own, and of course my research was a whole lot different than what Tony explained today. So, Mr. City Attorney, would you tell us what are our choices?
Well, the reason we've brought this to you and asked for authority is that we have an outstanding deadline date from the funding source. These projects are funded primarily by the Department of Transportation through an LCI grant, and they've given us until June the 30th to acquire title to all of these. The method to do that within the time frame required is the declaration of taking, and with their time limits and their funding, if we can either not do the project or move forward with the condemnation process. It requires 4 weeks of advertising and then the filing of a declaration of take, which then transfers title to the city that we can then certify to the state to meet our deadline requirement. So we've sort of been put in the position by the state deadline as being the deadline date. We're asking for authority on all remaining parcels that are outstanding. One of these parcels is not closed but is under contract and half closed, and so we expect it to go away, and we really expect the negotiations to continue through this process and hopefully resolve them all to everybody's best interest. There are skilled lawyers on the other side representing intelligent buyers and sellers, and the negotiations are on. Nobody's objecting to the project. They're just simply the issue with the declaration of taking is how much will be paid is the end result of it, and so this is just part of the process to meet the deadline requirements, and we just have no choice. So.
Let me add while Diane is speaking. The LCI project, for y'all that don't realize this, is we are no longer going forward with the roundabouts that you've heard of on Clower Street and Oak Road. This will simply be from this stage out. We are looking to acquire property for streetscapes and for on-street parking purposes, and so that's what these right-of-ways would be for.
And none of these projects they're all parking lots and road widening areas. There's not a building being taken in the process, so it's merely road expansion and streetscapes.
Any further comments by council? Seeing none, I'll call the question. All those in favor of approval of the resolution for item number H signify by raising your right hand. That's 5 in favor. All those opposed, that's 1 opposed. The motion carries 5-1. Brings us to number I. I'm sorry, we just voted on, excuse me, all those in favor of passage of resolution authorized G signify by raising your right hand. Yeah, because I just said H and we really were voting on G, so let's correct it. All those in favor of G signify by raising your right hand. So that's 5 in favor, all those opposed, 1 opposed. So G passes 5-1. Apologize. Now we're on H.
Next is H. It's approval and authorization